Hey guys, welcome back to Linda's Resin Room. So, what we're going to do today is do this game. This is the game that kind of sits like this, then you put the pieces on it. So this is our base, and I'm not quite sure what color I want to do it, but there's 10 different shapes, so I've got 10 colors. We're going to make this 3 times, and we're going to make it in different colors. First, we're going to start with our octopus fluids, the metallic, or not metallics, I'm looking at the metallics, pastels. And we're going to mix up, I think I'm going to mix up 4 ounces of resin. I won't need all that. But that's what I'm going to mix up. I'll probably need about, I might need 4, but I think I'll probably need about 3. And I'm just going to mix the resin, put it in the vacuum chamber. Then I'm going to divide it out, put in a couple drops of ink, just do a slight swirl of the ink, and then we're going to pour it into each one of these. This, I don't know if I want to do it a color or if I want to do it like white. I'll decide when I mix up the resin. I'm going to have to mix up every one of these on my little vortex mixer here. I got this off Amazon, guys. There's all kinds of them. Just Google search vortex mixer and you'll find it. I do have the link to this in the everyday used items. It's kind of scroll down quite a bit under the description, but if you just search vortex mixer, there's tons of them. And it mixes up your colors. Now there's a ball down in each one of these pastels, if I'm not mistaken, and I've not broke this one loose. There it is. I hear it. Now it's broke loose, but I don't shake these up because they'll leak into the lid. If you can't tell on some of them, and they still may leak into the lid this way. I've got to be very careful. So I'll mix all these up, get some resin mixed up, and we'll be back to do our first pour. So I'll see you shortly. All right, guys, I got my 4 ounces here, and it's almost mixed up. But I think I'm going to put some of this crushed crystal in there. So I think that'll be pretty since we're putting in colors. I don't want a lot. Y'all know how this stuff is. Very overpowering if you put too much Unicorn Art crushed crystal. And the more you stir this in, the more it breaks apart. It seems the finer it becomes, and it doesn't clump up. So guys, I'm going to get this finished mix, get it in the vacuum chamber, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so got that done. Now, some of these are going to need a little more than others. I could drop the color in there and then just kind of, now I want to kind of swirl it a little bit. Okay, let's do one color at a time. All right. Now I'm afraid that I may have shook these up. And it's a possibility that they're going to go everywhere when I open them. I know little crusty bits come off, but you got to be very careful when you shake these. Okay, this one's good. So all those little crusty bits. Ooh, it dropped 3 drops. Now we're just going to barely swirl that a little. Looks like all the color's on my stick. I need some more color. It's too light. That's 6 drops total. I'll tell you the color here in just a minute. Okay. Now, I'm going to spritz that. Move my cups out of my way. See if I can pour this right down in there. And hopefully I mixed up enough and not too much. I think these pieces are supposed to have holes in them. Okay. I think we're about perfect on this one. Can hold a little bit more, but not much. Okay. Yeah, I believe we could scrape this little tiny bit left down in there. I don't think it's going to overflow it. I hope not anyways. Okay. Yeah, that one's good. Now, next, it's going to need just a little bit more. Okay. Then the one beside of that's not going to take hardly anything. That one's not going to need much. Just enough to fill up one little square. And then two little squares. Actually, I think that's going to be more. So we'll just make that one for the big one over there. Okay, and that'll be for 2 squares. All right. Now this purple one usually does go everywhere. You can see all those crusty bits coming off. Oh, the first one was flamingo. Okay. And this is lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 7 since I need to try to keep these lined up so we can do the same colors each time. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. Spritz a little. Ooh, you know what? Better be careful. I'll have some of these overflow, and that pink one's a possibility where I spritz that alcohol. Get this lavender down in there. Try not to overflow it. Pouring too fast in certain spots. Okay. Scrape all this one out. It might need just a little bit more to fill it up. If it does, we'll just pour some clear once we get them all done. Okay. Scrape what we can. Try to get all that out of there. Okay. Last little bit. Okay. Doesn't need much, but it will need a little. Next, we are doing cotton candy. I think 2 drops of it's going to be plenty. It's just one little circle, but I think I might need a little more resin. Okay. Very light pink. All right. Let's see if we've got enough here. Whoops, I better spritz that. See if I can get it to drain down in there. That'd be a hard piece to play with, wouldn't it? One little time. Well, I don't know. Probably be the easiest. Trying to stack that sucker up. Oops, I missed and got it in the center. I'll scrape that off. Okay. Couple more little drops here. All right, now let's scrape this one and get what we can. It's not much, but it should be enough to fill that one up. Okay, this is going to be some trimming work. All right, now, here we go. Let's see. This is for the 2. It's going to be Blue Moon. 5 drops. Aren't these pretty colors? Okay. I guess I need to do a pastel for the bottom if I don't do a solid color. Because of kind of want it to match. Okay, I needed a little more resin of that one. Okay. And I've still got color in here, so it'll just pull the color that's in there out. There we go. Now let's scrape this one and see what we can get out of here. These little cups are hard to scrape. Oops. The one beside of it's going to have a little blue. Well, can't help it. At least it's going to be blue because it's going to be Arctic. 1, 2, 3. I don't know how many that was, about 7 maybe. He kind of got away from me. Isn't that a pretty blue? Yeah, I think I'm going to need more. This one's quite large. Don't think I need a lot more. Just a little drip. Okay. And there we go. Just get that color mixed in there. See if that'll fill that up. Slow process, isn't it? We may not be able to do 3 on camera. Maybe we only might be able to do 1 set. I don't know how many you're supposed to have to play this game. I just know I want each one of them to be a different color so you can separate and differentiate the pieces. Okay, there's that one. Push all those down. What do we got next? We got a 4. Okay. So this one's 4. A little bit more. This one's going to be 4. And the next one's 4. Kind of all 4, aren't they? Okay, there's that one. Here's a 4. And then a 5. Okay, we'll probably need more colors added. I mean, more resin added, but we'll see. And this is Carabic. Another blue. Be pretty for Easter, won't they? Very pretty. Okay, I think I definitely got enough for that one. You didn't need any more. So we got a little extra. All right, now we have peppermint. Okay. Let's see what peppermint. Ooh, that's pretty. I love green anyways. Y'all know me. Green's my favorite color. And we're going to have enough to fill that one up as well. Okay. What we could do is just mix up a bunch of each color and pour it in the bottom. Pistachio. I should have had this setting in my curing machine. All right, pistachio. Almost. Okay, that one's good. Actually, kind of went over on it. All right. Let's see. Vanilla. That needs more color. Very light. Okay. Very pale yellow. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll just take what's left, dump it in there, and then we'll mix up some of the other colors and dump them in there. We'll just keep doing that until we fill it up with the rest. All right. And this is eggnog. It's a little bit brighter yellow. But yeah, it's according to how long this video ends up being as to if we'll make another set. I didn't realize it'd take this long to fill these up. It's pretty yellow. Okay. All right. The purple needs just a little bit. So what we're going to do is we are going to dump these colors. I'll scrape these out in just a minute. And we'll just make this thing very, very colorful. Like I said, we're going to scrape it all in just a second. Okay. Okay. Now, the colors that we don't have is what we need. I have done messed all them up, haven't I? So, where are they at? Not those. All right. So it's the last colors that we don't have. Oops. There's 2 cups there. All right. Now, we're just going to add some of these last colors and get them put right in with that. And get the lids back on. Ooh, I don't need them spilling out on me. Two more colors. And I get my octopus fluids from Laura's Art Corner. If you're in the U.S., outside the U.S., they come from Germany. So, just all according to where you're at. Kind of like to have all the colors in there, but I don't think I'm going to. All right, let's just mix them all up and dump them in. They're probably going to muddy and look ugly, but we'll see. There's the purple. I'm just going to kind of dump them all together here. Okay. There's a blue. I mean, we could try to marble it up some, right? Okay. Guess we need some of the pinks. We're going to scrape all these out after I get all this in here. I really need to use my spatula. That's what I need. So let's clean this off. My spatula is going to get a lot more out than that. And the purple, where's he at? What I should have done is, we still need some in here to fill that up. Okay. Better. Now we can go in the garbage. And we're just going to take all this and try to scrape it all together into one. I'm making a mess. These cups are hard to work with. Then we're all going to dump it right down in that one. And then when they're clear, we're going to dump on top of it. Now, I don't know if I can scrape it out with the spatula any better. Maybe. Yeah, pretty good. Not so bad. Gosh, I'm making a mess. Yeah, guys, I think we're only going to make one set of these. This took quite a while to make these. And that light yellow one. Okay. Now, let's dump this right down in here. And we're going to scrape this out. I think my resin's finally starting to thicken up on me. I've been working with it for quite a while. All right. Now, I think we should have enough clear. This might take and cause it to crackle maybe. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll see. Okay. I think we can still hold just a little bit more in that. All right, now, there's a couple of these that could use another drip drop. And that's what we're going to do, is just drip drop it around and hope that it fills up. Okay, that one's good. This blue one, it's not quite full. Give the pink a little drip drop. Okay, now this purple one definitely needs some. Get a little bit more. Okay. Just trying to get rid of all the resin without wasting. And filling all these up. Letting them dome a little bit. Make it so much easier on me. Okay. The blue one. All right. And a little light blue one, I think. If we scrape this, there's still just a little in here. We can dome that one up. Now let me look. That purple one still needs a little more. I must have really undercut him. Hear the wind. I'm so over snow. Okay, we are all domed. Now, I think whatever I can get left out of here, which isn't going to be much, we can drip right down in there. All right, guys, that is it. Shoosh. What a long process to make a game. All right, I'm going to clean up. We're going to let this cure up. And that's got some bubbles. I'm afraid if I think it's okay. All right, we'll let it cure up. We'll come back for a demold. So, see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, so this stuff has cured up. So we're going to demold these because we're going to make another set. And we're going to continue with the octopus fluids. And we are going to do them in a clear color. So let's get all of these out. Hopefully I don't tear the mold up. Pretty easy to get out. Not too bad. Of course, the heat kicks on as soon as I start to record, always, right? Great little heater. Just doesn't like me. Turn that off. Still just a little bendy, and that's okay, because it's going to make it easier, I think, to get out for me. Pretty colors, aren't they? I love the pastels and the octopus fluids. Let's see if I can get this little single one out. There we go. We're almost there. Just 3 more. I like every color so far. Very pretty. Now the last 2. Okay. And 1 more. And I mixed up 2 ounces of resin. So I think 2 ounces is enough to do this. So we mixed up 4 when we did the whole thing. And we had plenty. So, all right. There we go. We're going to let all those cure up. Very cute. Now, I'm going to move all my cups out of the way. And we're going to put this in my Resiner's curing machine today. So, I'm going to do some different colors here. About 10 little cups. And I got my 2 ounces, and I did put just a little crushed crystal in there. just going to try to divide all this out. Let's make that one for the 2. Now, the 1 for 1 shouldn't need a whole lot. Okay. Hopefully when I divide this, I'll still have a little bit left. That way, if we need any more in any specific color, we'll have it here. Okay, I got 3 more. Ooh. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to have any left. We'll just mix up one color at a time and go from there. That way, if we need to borrow from another, we can. And then if I need to mix up any more, I can. I really think this will be enough. Just getting the right amounts in the right cup, I think, is going to be the key. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's start with the 1 first. I've got dragon fruit. This is a neon color. I don't know if you need to shake these or not, but let's try 2 colors. Now, some of these are alcohol inks and some's resin inks. This one's an alcohol ink. Just going to mix that up there just a little and see if we can spritz it and get this to go right down in there. Almost. I'm kind of getting it on top there. I'm trying to scrape it off. Okay. Now let's see if I can scrape it off. Okay. If I wouldn't jerk so much, this would be so much easier. Okay, I think that one's good. Perfect. Okay. Clean the stick off here. Let's see. Did that one. We got Aronia. One, two. 2 drops in that one. This is a resin ink. That one mixed up. Just let it spread out here. I did put my resin in the vacuum chamber. Okay, we're not going to have enough of this color. We're going to have to mix up some more. Okay. Let's see. No, I want to keep that one for that one. Let's take a little out of this one. Like I said, I might have to mix up some more resin. If I do, that's not a problem. You can mix up small amounts using these little measuring cups. Okay, almost. All right, scrape this out. Oops. I just dripped it over into that one, so that one's going to have a little purple in it, isn't it? These areas are too small to try to get down in and try to get that out once I drip it. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just leaving it as it is. Okay. There's our purple. I didn't spritz alcohol in that, did I? Oops. Let's get that one, because we're going to do the 3 next. What color? Peacock. This is a resin ink. This is a really pretty color. 1, 2. Okay, just mix that up a little there. Resin inks don't have as much alcohol as alcohol inks. They do have just a little, but not as much as an alcohol ink. This one I think I might have had just a little too much. Okay. All right. What we'll do is if we have leftover and I don't have enough for one of them, we'll want to mix some colors. Don't know how else to do it. All right, next color is Sun. This is a resin ink. Yellow's always kind of a little dull. 2, 3, so I'm going to do 4. This is like an orangey yellow. It's almost got like a red hue behind it. Almost. It's really pretty though. Okay. Getting there. Almost. I think I want to have a little of this one left as well. I'm just doming them slightly. I don't want them domed very much, but I would like them to be domed a little bit. Okay, what's our next color? We are going with Deep Sea. This is an alcohol ink. 1, 2, 3. Isn't that a pretty green? I think that's pretty. Okay. I'm actually adding more bubbles than I should, but hopefully that alcohol will take care of them. And this one I may not have enough. We'll see. It's close. Okay. We're going to have to scrape. Okay, I don't think I've got enough of this one for that. So I think what we are going to do is take some of that blue and put down in here. Since this is called Deep Sea, right? Why not mix the blue and the green? And hopefully I don't muddy anything up. I don't see those two colors muddying together. Okay, let's get the blue one here. We're going to just kind of go right around on top of it and let it kind of mix itself. Okay. I think we might use all the blue in this one. Okay, that's good. I got a clear one here. All right, next we are doing berry juice. This is an alcohol ink. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like a purpley or pink, kind of. Pretty. Now we're going to dump this one right down in here. I think all the octopus fluids inks, whether they be the resin inks or the alcohol inks, they're such pretty colors. I've got just about all of them, other than there's some of the whites I don't have, and I think there's a metallic or two I don't have. They're a little expensive, so you can only buy a few at a time. They don't sell them in a set from Laura's Art Corner. Now, I don't know if you can buy them in a set from Octopus Fluids, because that's buying them from them, and they might be a little different. All right, what's next? Okay, Sweet Cherry. This is my favorite color out of all of their inks. I think this is so pretty. 1, 2. Isn't that pretty? And I'm a green person. And I think that's the prettiest red. Let's do the 4. Almost. Are we going to have enough? If not, we can take that reddy orange looking color and dump right down in this one. You'll lose it. You won't even know it's in there, because this color is so strong. Almost. Trying to scrape out everything I can. All right. Last little bit's going in now. Okay, we still need just a little bit more. So we're going to take Sun and dump right down in there, because like I said, you'll never even know this is in there. There we go. Now, clean my stick off again. All right, next we have Sapphire. This is an alcohol ink. This is a pretty blue too. Very light. Tempted to put one more drop, but I think it'll be okay. Now these, you may see the sparkle because they're clear. Some of them won't look clear because of the dark colors, but they are clear. All right, let's see if we can scrape out enough to fill this all the way up. I really don't want to put another color in it if I don't have to, because it's such a pretty color on its own and it's so light. I'll put another color in with it. You're going to see it. I might just take a little bit of the clear resin out of one of the other ones and put in there before I mix the color. So that's all I'm getting out. All right, clean this off again. Now let's see if I can drizzle just a little bit of the clear on top of it to fill it up. A little bit more. There we go. All right. 2 colors left. We have Evergreen, which is a resin ink. 1, 2, 3. I've got another green. You know what? We need more of a purple instead of that. So I'm going to put that up. Is that alcohol ink or resin ink? Okay, it's resin ink. I got to make sure. I've got certain places, guys, that I've got colors. We'll do plum for the last one. That way we have a purple, since that one's more of a purple pink. Okay, and this is Evergreen. Hopefully this is enough to fill this up. Okay, I'm going to scrape that off and try to get that resin to go right down in there. There we go. Now let's pour some more. Okay, we're close on this one too. I know I'm going to jerk doing this. Yeah, I figured I would. Okay, let me try to pull that off. Okay, now let's try this again. I'll try to get every bit of this. There's no really colors over there left that I would like to mix with this green. Probably should have mixed up just a little bit more because I knew I'd have some that I'd mix up too much. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can drizzle a little of this clear here in there and fill it all the way. The last green one we mixed, so I don't want to mix this one. They take a lot more, some of them do, than what you think they would. Okay, that's good. Now our last one is getting our last color. I need to spritz a little alcohol. There's a couple little bubbles. That one's going to have to be trimmed. All right, plum. This is an alcohol ink. Oh, if I can get it open. Oh, there we go. All right. Bunch of crusties fell off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Even though they're clear, I'm making them pretty dark, aren't I? Okay. Now, let's get this purple down in here. And I know I won't have enough of it. So it's going to get whatever's left to fill it up. Almost. We're actually getting closer than I thought we would. Okay. Dump this color right down in there. Let's scrape out everything we can. You can tell my resin's not thickened up yet by how it's dripping off when I get it on this little stick and go to put it in there. All right. I think it's good, actually. It's not going to need any more. So good deal. So we're going to muddy something up. Because what we are going to do is scrape every bit of this into one of these little birds. Move that over. It's not going to be near enough to fill this little bird up, but these birds don't have to be full. They're pretty thick. So we're just going to scrape out color. What I should do is just scrape all this color into one. But, you know, I'm not doing that. Okay. Blue, this will probably turn green. Okay. It's a blue one. Where is that neon? Is it dragon fruit? Yeah, that one was called dragon fruit. Now I'm getting resin all over me. Just scraping color and all these different ones out of here. I'm going to put that one right there. Okay. Let's get the purple in here. Okay. Got that one. It's really pretty green. Get that down in there. Sometimes dump molds end up being very pretty, and sometimes they're just so ugly. So we'll see what we get. Okay. Scrape the yellow one more time because I feel like there's still some of that yellow in there. Okay. And the blue one. And we're going to dump that right down in there. All right, now that's all of our color. Now let's see if there's anything left that we can scrape out of this cup. There shouldn't be. No, there's nothing in there. All right, one little drip drop. Okay, I've got to clean that up. And spritz here. Spritz there. Just give that a little spritz. I'm not going to put this down in here because we're going to put some more color on that from another mold. So we're just going to cure this one. All right, guys. I'm going to put the lid on this. Let me get these gloves off. Because we need to cure this thing up. Okay, let me plug it up here. Now that's a flat mold, so flat automatically goes to 140. It goes to 2 and 140. I'm going to take it down to 130. We're going to give it 2 hours and we'll come back for a demo. See you guys then. Hey guys, so I got this out of the curing machine after I let it cool down and everything. So let's get all these out. Now these are our clear ones, and I'm going to show you each piece individually. And then we'll see if we can stack it. I love that curing machine, how quick these cure. And there's that heater. I'm telling you, I can turn it completely off and it not kick on for hours. And as soon as I start to record, it kicks on every time. Still a little bit soft, but not a problem. I think that kind of helps me to get these out of here. Let's just pop all these up. See if we can get them. Okay, there's that one. Some of these that have more holes are a little harder to get out. There's that one. And that one. Two more. My grandbabies are going to love this. This is the one with the green and the blue, because you can see the blue in bits and pieces. All right, let's get the bottom out. Well, this is where we just dumped our extra pastels. All right, that's what that looks like. And it's completely smooth. Completely smooth. It doesn't need trimmed at all. All right, there's that blue one. Isn't that pretty? That one was Sun. That's the sweet cherry. That's pretty. This is dragon fruit. That's the neon. Some of them I don't remember. But, okay. Got a couple pieces that need to be trimmed off there. Let's see if I can get a hold of that. There we go. We got the green. Now this is the green blue. You can see the blue in parts where I dumped them. You can see I need to clean them up as well. And there's that plum. Was that plum? Yeah. And this, I guess, was the berry juice. Okay. And then our pastels. Aren't those pretty? Such lovely colors. Okay. And then here's our other colors. Pastels. They're all very pretty. All right, now, I guess when they play, they got to, I don't know how they do this. And I guess you just got to try to do it without toppling over. Oh, they fit together great. Put a little single one there. I guess you got to do the, I guess I'm putting some of them backwards, aren't I? And you just keep stacking, I suppose. Yeah, just keep stacking until you can't stack anymore. That one won't even stay on there. Ooh, I'm going to topple over. Yeah, see, they won't stay on that side any longer. Ah, and I lost. Anyways, that's it, guys. I think 2 is plenty to play a game for that. But anyways, I'll snap a photo, and then I guess I will see you guys back for the next video. So, and I'll post the links to everything into the comments. That way, if you guys are trying to find it, it'll make it a little easier to find. So, that's it, guys. I'll see you back for the next video. So, bye for now.